Hi, everybody. John C.
Denise Richards and the lovely Lulu.
Lovely Lulu. Pick her up a little bit so we can see her because it's hard to see her because the table's a little high. Happy Halloween to anybody out there who celebrates Halloween. And Lulu's our lion of the day, right?
That's right. And I'm just her little kitten today.
Her little kitten today. And I am Captain something, Captain Obvious maybe. I think it's from the Marvel stuff. So yes, this will be the one time in the year where you will see me dress up.
Captain Real Estate.
Captain Real Estate.
Captain Southwest Florida.
There's so much going on today.
Put down there what you think it should be. Captain
think?
what?
Captain what? In your world, what should I be captain of?
Yeah.
Today I'm captain of the ship, and we're going to drive this ship.
Okay.
There's a lot of things going on right now. So a lot of things are different for us today. One is, of course, we don't normally dress up like this.
No.
Lulu's used to it.
Well, she's not used to the extra coat or the hair.
Do you think Lulu's happy about that outfit, guys? Look at that face. What do you think? Do you think she's happy about that? Can I zoom in on that? There we go. What do you think about Lulu's face today?
She is not happy
She is
with
not
her
a happy
mother
camper.
today. No.
All right, so let's do this. So first of all, it's Halloween this coming week. I think
That's
on
right.
Monday, if I remember right. So happy Halloween
That's
to everybody
right.
who's out there.
Today's the 26th.
Today's the 26th, and there's a lot of stuff going on for this day. But also, one other thing I want to mention, too. We are now in our new studio here, and finally, our office got everything done. Well, most of it. You may hear some banging on the video today. You may hear some extra noise because this studio is not completely set up yet, but it's getting there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're in a new location. Quick shout out to Mike from M&M Multimedia, him and Randy for letting us use their studio space for the last, 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, the in-between time. It was a great place to do our filming.
It was a great place to do our filming. So trying to work that out now with the new location here with my office here in Bonita Springs. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for your patience on all of that. So today is Pumpkin Day. Did you know that?
I did not. Imagine that.
Imagine Pumpkin Day. It's fall. You need a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Go get them. I saw the biggest pumpkins I've seen so far were at Costco this last week. They were $7, and they're bigger than Lulu.
That's
huge.
a good price.
Do you carve pumpkins?
I did when my daughter was young.
When you had a kid?
Yeah.
The only thing I like about carving pumpkins is the seeds.
They're yummy. You roast them?
That's what we do.
So
Bring
good.
some.
That
Bring
is
some.
good.
We'll bring some. They're delicious. So we'll probably do that here in the next week. And today is also another special thing today. Do you know what it is? Mincemeat Day. You ever had mincemeat?
My mother used to make mincemeat
Really?
pie, and I would never eat it.
That face does not look happy about mincemeat Day.
I think it's an old English thing.
I've never had it.
It's not delicious.
If you like mincemeat, hit the thumbs up button on this. If you don't like mincemeat, do not hit the thumbs down button
Do
on
not.
YouTube. Then you won't see our videos. So don't hit
not.
thumbs down. Hit thumbs up
Yeah.
if you like it. My favorite thing about mincemeat is there was a Seinfeld episode, and the aunt or somebody made mincemeat, and Jerry just could not eat the mincemeat. It was disgusting to him. So he kept putting it in a napkin and putting it in his pocket. It's hilarious. And then all the dogs followed him home because they smelt it in his pocket when he walked home. Anyways.
And Jerry was his father.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, Jerry
Seinfeld from Seinfeld.
Oh, I thought you meant Jerry Stiller.
No,
In
different
my
Jerrys.
defense.
I don't even know
Got you.
Jerry Stiller. Anyways, let's move on. We got to get moving. I'm telling you, this is going to be a wild video
Yeah,
today.
so-
We're all over the place. Last time we talked a little bit about what to repair in a home.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what you should think about repairing in your home to get it sold for a good price, to make the value right so it doesn't sit on the market long, watch that video. We give some tips on what to repair in your home.
Or upgrade. Repair or upgrade.
Well said.
Yep.
Repair, upgrade. That's that whole video. And then we also briefly talked about mold. We had this crazy thing called a hurricane come through a few weeks ago. So we got to watch out for mold.
Definitely, and I would say that we got to watch out for mold for some time to come.
Yeah.
So those buildings that weren't necessarily destroyed, you won't know by looking at it if water passed through that home.
That's right. You won't know. And I had a client a few weeks ago even say, well, I don't see any mold. Well, you're not going to see mold behind the walls. It's not like it just comes through and all of a sudden you see a bunch of black mold. Mold is behind. If you feel yourself coughing, if you're having issues like that, you definitely should have the home re-inspected if you haven't yet. And we'll talk about a guy later on who can take care of that for people around here. Let's jump into our topic today, and that is questions to ask your real estate agent before you hire them. It's a great topic. Before we jump into it and I start throwing things out to you that I found in this article, which we'll post a link to this article below because we're not going to go over all the questions. They have 15 in here. I just want to hit a few of them. But questions that you think people should ask, because you haven't seen the article yet. I haven't shown it to you yet.
I have not seen the article, but I know if it were me and I was hiring a realtor, I would ask if he was single.
There you go. If you are a realtor, Denise is going to ask you, are you single?
Number one.
Number one. And that's
just kidding.
Well, maybe. And that's important to Denise. Find a single real estate agent. But that makes a point that's valid. It's funny, but it's valid. But there's a lot of questions that people ask on their circumstance that may be different than what it would be for somebody else.
Correct.
Right? So what you're getting at there is something that actually is something I would always want to know from a realtor or anybody I work with. Do I get along with them? What's their temperament? What's their character like? We have this thing called a gut, and you get these gut feelings when you are with somebody that either you're going to work well with or not, and that's important to have as well too.
Yeah, you got to go with your gut when it comes to
go with your gut.
Working with somebody that you're going to be working with for a period of time, and hopefully the rest of your life. You'll
there you go.
Make a contact with a realtor that you would literally have until the last home you buy or sell.
Yeah, because it's important to build that relationship.
Very.
Let's see if that's one of the things in here about relationship. But first one is, and I think this is great, how long have you been an agent? Super important.
Most definitely.
Why do you think that's important to know how long somebody's been an agent?
I'll give you a perfect example.
Give me it.
I had an agent down here, brand new from New York.
No, we like New York.
All right, so, and not holding that against her, the buyer called me in a panic because he can't buy anything in the state of Florida. He doesn't have impact glass. He can't be in a flood. He was in a panic because this realtor told him it's near impossible to get insurance in the state of Florida.
Uh-oh. That's not true.
She doesn't know the state.
No.
She doesn't know our area. We are different than the other 49.
We are different.
And it's important that you're working with a realtor that's been here a long time.
Yeah, work with somebody who has experience. Now, what that is to you, whether it's a year, 2 years, 10 years, that's up to you. You get to decide. And I think you'll understand that as you talk to people. You'll figure out the knowledge that they have in the industry, right? Good. That's a good one to ask. Do you work full-time or part-time? Is that your phone ringing? Why, Denise is answering her phone because she's busy. Do you work full-time or part-time? This is important because as a real estate agent, you're an independent contractor and you have an opportunity to work 2 hours a day or 20 hours a day. It's up to you. So you can work full-time or part-time. Now, do you want to work with a realtor that only... Welcome back. Do you want to work with a realtor that... Apparently, Denise works full-time. Her phone's still ringing as we do our videos. So, I mean, that's the thing, right? Do you want to work with somebody who's part-time or full-time? Again, it's up to you. But if it's my real estate agent who's helping me buy a house and the market's touch and go and I need to get an offer in like in the morning instead of at night when somebody gets off of their other job, that's important to me.
I know for myself, I have made a conscious decision to only work with realtors who do work full-time.
Smart.
It's just too difficult. They
It
can't
is.
be...
It's hard for them to keep up, too, with their wisdom and the knowledge and the contracts and the education.
It'd be impossible.
It's very difficult. How many homes have you sold in the last year? That's a good question. Again, that's part of that thing where you're asking how long have you been an agent. I think that's important. Now, in your market, an active agent that's full-time may have a good year and sell 10 homes. It just depends on price points as well, too. Are they selling in your price point? That's a good question to ask. Have you sold a home in my area? Do you sell in my town? Do you sell in this price point? So that's another great question as well, too. Because you may have an agent who sold 100 homes last year, but they've never sold one in your city. Like around here in Florida, there's people that just work Punta Gorda, there's just people that work Cape Coral, there's people that just work Bonita Springs. So you want an agent who knows your area.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you work with both buyers and sellers? That's a great question to ask. You definitely want an agent who works both sides.
They have both perspectives. They know how to work with the seller because they've worked for a seller.
Yeah. This question's good, and I'll give you the undertone behind it. How many buyers or how many clients do you have right now? This is important, I believe, because you want an agent who doesn't have too many clients because then are they going to give you the attention you need? Right? Because in real estate, it is a very hand-holding situation where you're walking through somebody with a process for months on getting a home, getting it under contract, and all that stuff. So super important. Let's see here. Can I see your real estate license? I don't know if that's really that important of a question. It's on here.
You can go to the DBPR and you can look up a license.
I have never had somebody ask me to see my real estate license. Isn't that funny? No, so that's actually probably a dumb question. Don't ask that. Do you have any references I can call? I've never had this question, but I have had a question similar to this. People ask about what type of business you've done, and I always push them towards anything online where I have reviews. Zillow's a good place to see where your realtor has had reviews and see what type of business they have. You can see typically the person's name and some of their information, and you can find out there as well too. Really, one of the smartest things is to find a real estate agent that somebody's referred to you because they've already had that experience. Other than that, I mean, there's more on this, but I know our video is going way long today. We're already at 10 minutes. But I want to finish with this one, and this will lead into who we're going to recommend today. And this question is, what professional contacts do you have? Now, in real estate, it's so important that I have professional contacts that I know, like, and trust. And it's very important because the process with buying a home, for instance, I'm going to send them to Denise and say, talk to Denise, see what she's got. I know her, I like her, I trust her, and I'm passing that on to a client of mine. But I also need other vendors as well, too. We need insurance companies that we know that are here, not 1-800-GEICO or something, right? Allstate. We need people that are here on the ground that know this market and know this area. So having those people in, like, my little network is super smart. You always need home inspectors, and that's what we're going to talk about today. You need a good roofer, because you got to know how old roofs are here in Florida. You may want to have a roof inspection.
You've got to work with somebody that you know or that has been referred to you by somebody that you trust.
Exactly.
Simply, especially right now.
So having a realtor who has a good network of people that they work with day in and day out that they can recommend to you when that comes up in the process of buying or selling your home, super important. So the one is home inspections. We've talked about Vic before, but we want to bring him up again because we talked about mold in our last video just briefly, right? So Vic does stuff for mold. What does he do?
Yeah, he does those air quality tests. He finds out what's in the air. You know, you cannot see the mold. You cannot always see the mold.
No. You can't always see the mold, and sometimes you don't know you have mold until you start coughing, or you breathe bad, or you're not sleeping well. There's a lot of symptoms of having mold that you may never see in your house, right? And
he's got ways of remediating it that I just don't even understand. I mean, he's the guy that knows about this, and the person that I would trust.
Yeah. So we talked with Vic, actually this morning we talked with Vic, and his price for getting a mold test is not very expensive. It's only a couple $100, and it's worth your health, trust me.
Every penny.
Because once you find out you have mold, if you've been living in a home with it, you have consequences, health consequences that may not be reversible. So it's super important. So call Vic. We'll put his information below. Vic Nickel with Full House Inspections.
Yes.
He's been in Naples for years. He's not just a fly-by-night home inspector. He comes in. He doesn't have to tear down walls. He puts up a machine that breathes the air, and then he sends that to a lab to get tested, and then it'll tell you. And they test a ton of different types of molds, not just black mold that
There's
everybody
lots of
thinks
different
about.
kinds,
There are a lot of different types of molds. So reach out to Vic. We'll put his information below. And like and subscribe to this video. And if you like our outfits, come on, do us a favor today.
The only time we're both wearing paws.
That's it. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you later.